Hi, friends. This is G+G Chats, and I am your host, Caitlin Collins. I'm grateful for you being here today and returning to listen to episode 2. This is the beginning of a series on a topic that is really dear, I guess is the word that's presencing for me right now, but honestly, near maybe is more accurate, near to my heart. And I say that with also a level of sadness that it is near to my heart, because we're going to be talking about pregnancy loss, miscarriage, and the grief and anguish and feelings that result when one experiences such intimate heartache. And I want to share that right from the start so that anybody that is in the space that isn't ready or able to listen to discussions on this topic has an ability to opt out. And I want to really clearly say that I respect that choice, and I'm going to continue to hold your heart in its healing process. And when and if you are in a space or you feel like you are compelled to listen to this at some point, we will be here, and this community stands with you. Um, and if you are going to stick around, I hope that today's chat can be one that provides just an opportunity for you to feel witnessed in your journey. I won't be sharing much about my personal experiences with each loss yet. I'm not ready to, other than sharing that this coming Monday will be 2 years since my partner and we lost our first pregnancy at 13 weeks, our son, Ocean. So I am going to be holding him really tenderly as we move into this episode. First, I want to say that while I will be speaking on this topic and have personal experience with it, if you are in this space and you are listening and you have experienced pregnancy loss or miscarriage, I know that while we share that unfortunate experience, each of our experiences is very different. And I hope at no point do you feel like I am trying to project my experience with these losses as though I know exactly what you are going through, because I do not, and I never will, because you alone and with your partner or without your partner are walking this journey. And I hold space for you uniquely in your path. So this first episode, I really want to just create a lifeline, a hand out, or reaching of a hand, I'd rather, out to you to let you know that you are not alone. You are not alone. And while this intimate heartache, the most intimately rooted, I've read once that when you experience pregnancy loss, it's the most intimate experience of loss that one may ever feel, because it happens in you. The loss of life is happening inside of your own body, and that is a type of loss that not many will be able to understand, thankfully. And at the same time, many will be able to understand. So you are not alone. As isolating as this feels, you are not alone. And I want to read a quote that one of my most respected role models, Brene Brown, shares an Atlas of the Heart, and it's about anguish. And this may be a space that you are sitting in, and it may be a space that you are not yet sitting in, but maybe you will be, or you have before. Anguish. Anguish not only takes away our ability to breathe, feel, and think, it comes for our bones. Anguish often causes us to physically crumple in on ourselves, literally bringing us to our knees or forcing us all the way to the ground. The element of powerlessness is what makes anguish traumatic. We are unable to change, reverse, or negotiate what has happened. And even in those situations where we can temporarily reroute anguish with to-do lists and tasks, it finds its way back to us. If you haven't already, I invite you to take a deep breath. And I invite you to continue to take deep breaths and hold yourself with a level of compassion that maybe you haven't ever held yourself with before. What stands out to me and what stood out to me is this line: we are unable to change, reverse, or negotiate what has happened. I felt and still feel that 2 years after my first loss. There were many, countless moments after that loss that I wanted to change. I wanted to reroute the steps that I took leading up to that loss. And I wanted to honestly negotiate with God for a different outcome. And that is anguish. And it may be helpful for you to meet your anguish just with an understanding that this deep, deep feeling is a reflection of the deep, deep love that you are feeling in your heart towards your unborn child, your pregnancy, your dream of what your child would be like. It's what I've come to understand as a really challenging type of grief and loss, because truly what you have lost is part of you, and also it is something that you never were able to experience here on earth. So just take that in for a moment and realize how complex that is. Oh, another deep breath. If you haven't taken one, I invite you to do so. Anguish was and is a new feeling for me to navigate. And if it's a new feeling for you to navigate, I hope that this can be a space and I can be a resource for you to connect with, to meet your anguish, as hard and as much as we don't want to do that. I'm learning still that meeting our anguish is necessary. Oh, in these first days after loss, I invite you to do a few things. Drink water, rest, and if you're able to, move outside. Be outside of your home, your space, and try to spend even just 5 to 10 minutes in the surroundings of nature and around you. We'll talk more in the episodes to come on how we can continue to get to know our feelings after loss. I want you to know I honor each of you, and I honor the loss of the life that it happened through you. There are countless heavenly soul guards that are our babies on the other side rooting for us. If you are a person of faith, I hope that connects to you. And if you aren't, I hold space for you in whatever your processing is of what happens after loss. So you are also included here. And again, I hold space for your anguish. I hold space for your grief. I hold space for your sorrow. And I very lovingly invite you to, in these days to come, take deep breaths, slow and intentional. Drink water. Rest. And if you are able to, move outside. Be outside and spend some time surrounded by nature. There is immense power in healing when we are surrounded by Mother Earth, in my opinion. I'm holding space for you in this journey. I am in deep belief that from here you will reorient your feelings and you will keep going. I believe in that. I thank you for listening today. I'm here as a resource. Please reach out via Instagram or send an email to hello@goodishandgrowing.com if you want to connect. You are not alone. You are not alone. Thank you for joining today. I hold space for you.